Hello, world. This just in from the Midas Touch. Trump pausing needed Medicaid will cost lives. Promises, promises, democracy dying. Be sure and support the Midas channels. And please support this one. Empathy is also dying. There's a sickness in this world. This craving for this worship of wealth and power. How eagerly people bend the knee to the newborn king, however fraudulent. It's going to be a long time digging out of this hole. In the meantime, we have to be the resistance. And Republicans need to know that the chances of their being reelected are diminishing by the day. They need to wise up and help be a barrier to this would-be king. Also, the economy is tanking. The cost of this ruthless immigration effort will be higher costs. Yeah, we weren't just happy enough with tantamount to slave labor from folks who come across a line in the sand that we drew when we stole their land. Yeah, people don't know the history, do they? They don't know that our own President Grant described the Mexican American War is just another example of a powerful nation stealing land. Quote President Grant, who was a general in that effort underneath Robert E. Lee. Not a good guy, really. Not when you look into it. So, yes, we started as an oligarch. So, we had high hopes. Things got better. Then finally, some people more guided by fear and the selfishness, making friends out of fear and anger, decided we need to go backwards in time. Yeah, no, we don't. And the president now, eh, you want to call him that, he doesn't deserve it. Whatever. This guy, um, he's illegitimate, you know. By the 14th Amendment, Section 3, he should not be holding high office. But, hey, he blew past all our laws. Everyone bent the knee. Not everyone. He didn't even get over even half the total votes in the election, and only a third of the people voted. A reminder that the lesser of evils is by far the greater of good, even if that's how you see the Democratic Party. Joe Biden was a friend to you. A lot of good things were started. Now we have this clown, this guy who's cutting Medicaid. You're wondering about how Christian that is. Yeah. Well, depends on how you define Christianity. but it certainly doesn't jive with the things that Jesus had to say. But yeah, we can just blow past those, right? Not about who you love, it's about who you hate, right? Not how that works. Not about loving your neighbor like yourself. It's about loving yourself and maybe a little bit your neighbor. Well, especially if that neighbor, like you, came in without the permissions from the people who were here for thousands of years before. Yeah, Native Americans have a lot to complain about. And look what you've done to a pristine, beautiful landscape with this poisonous advancement that we've had using oil products. Yeah, paving all the roads. Did you know that the bus lines were bought by car companies and purposely made inefficient? Yeah. Why? Now instead of fast rails and modernization, we've got aging infrastructure and cars and pavement over land that should be uh, should be fertile and pristine. Yeah, and of course, global climate change and global warming are both true. But as we turn away from science, China's turning toward it. They've also, instead of allowing the greedy to own AI, they turned to open source, like the Linux that I love to use. Open source. And now they have an AI they spent very little to put into motion. It's better than what we've spent billions on. Why? Because of the greedy people at the top. You named it. Yeah, they had to have yachts all over the place, cars everywhere in the world. You think they're patriotic? Yeah. They're for whatever makes them wealthier. Oh, how power can be so addictive. With a little power, we can make things bend. And who cares what other people think? We have the ideas, our ideas. With such attitudes, nations crumble. With lack of empathy, they die. So you're either growing toward a more empathetic, caring world and nation, or you're going the other way. Go the other way for too long, nature will brush you aside, or fate. Yeah, fate that we could avoid, actually, not fate. If we invest in science to divert asteroids and other problematic things in space, some of which we don't even know about, probably out there. And instead, we're going to plant a flag, just to give Elon Musk some jollies. Ridiculous. Spend a lot of money up there while poisoning the earth here. Doesn't make sense, does it? Well, price of your eggs are going up. The cost of everything is going up. And for a lot of people out there, people that you loved as a neighbor, will now be fleeing for their life. Really? Yeah. People working for dimes to the dollar. Things that American, U.S. citizens, well, we don't want to do. Yeah, and that wasn't enough, was it? You had to hurt them, blame them, call them illegal instead of, well, they broke one of your laws. Yeah. And the Mexican country won. That line in the sand would be somewhere else, and maybe you'd be crossing over, you know. But United States was, well, I guess we're going to just keep handing all of the victory laps to China, who's now under, because of Trump threatening our own allies with invasion. They're going around saying, "Oh, we respect you. We'd never do that unless it's Taiwan." But people will buy it. Countries will turn to them, especially if you threaten to take over their country by force, like Trump did, or you're an ally of those that he's threatened. Well, keep going, MAGA. Our country's under threat. Will you wake up? I hope so. Till next time, be the resistance, be the love, and bind us together.